Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt from What We Watched, and I just got back from seeing A Wrinkle in Time, the newest Disney film that is based off the popular kids book, and I didn't get it. Like I I watch a lot of movies, and in the movie's defense, I have never read A Wrinkle in Time, but I think they were trying to say something, and I think they were trying to be big and epic, and it was a very, very beautiful film, and the acting was really solid. Chris Pine was great. The main child actress was great. The kid actors are kind of weird in general, just because like they're kids. They just are a little bit awkward, and you can kind of tell that they're acting 90% of the time, and that was kind of the case in this movie. And I know it's a movie for kids, and so they're trying to inspire that age group, and so they wanted to make it relatable. But for me, as a 20-year-old male, maybe this just was not my demographic. Maybe this was just not my kind of film. But I felt like it was incredibly sloppy. Like there was something that was happening, and it was epic and it was mystical and all that sort of stuff, but I feel like they never really explained the rules of the universe. They never really explained why things were happening or how things were happening. They just were, and it was mystical, and you were just supposed to be along for the ride. And sometimes that's very fun. In The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, you don't need to know the physics behind walking into a wardrobe and all of a sudden you're in a completely different place called Narnia. But at the same time, I felt like I kind of got the gist of it. Like there were rules and there were guidelines and there were things that were happening. And while I was watching A Wrinkle in Time, I didn't really get any of that. So if you were a big fan of the book, I actually went with my friend Brandon, who was a big fan of the book. And while he admitted that he has not read them in a long time, he read them a ton when he was younger and was a big fan of the books. And he felt like they just kind of added a lot. I'm not a big, PC, liberals trying to, shove equality and all that sort of stuff down your throats. But at the same time, I felt like there was a lot of stuff that was kind of in this film where they were very deliberately trying to send a message. Now, I couldn't tell you what that message was. Something about don't bully people, everyone has struggles, and love is the ultimate thing. But I felt like they didn't really earn any of that. I didn't know why that was so important. I didn't know why that was so gripping or supposed to be that gripping. All I got was that that's what they were trying to get you to believe without actually, just making you believe it through great character development and interesting storylines. Overall, I would say that A Wrinkle in Time was a very missed opportunity. There were moments where I'm like, wow, this is a really interesting story. That's a really fascinating character, and I would love to know more about it. But at the end of the day, it just kind of felt empty. It felt like there are all these little propped up things that they tried to form into a story. And once again, I haven't read the books. Maybe that helps out a lot, but as a standalone film, you shouldn't have to read the book to enjoy the film, and maybe that's the case here, in which case that's kind of a fail. I can definitely see why the film is not doing very well. Visually, great. The acting was amazing when you look at people like Chris Pine and a lot of the adult actors, but a lot of the kids, especially, oh, I can't remember his name, he's the love interest, and he's kind of the friend. Seriously, if you watch this film and then you put creepy serial killer music like it's supposed to be a scary movie behind any time that he's on screen, he looks like a psycho. Like, his face acting is terrible. The way he delivers lines is terrible. And I feel bad because he's a kid and he's, trying his best to act. But he was, like, every time he talked, I was terrified and I thought he was creepy. I thought he was going to be the bad guy the whole time just because he just oozed creepiness. And I think he was trying to be, like, charming or, like, sweet and innocent, but it was creepy. And I did not like it. And so, overall, I would say that A Wrinkle in Time is something that might be fun to watch when it comes out on Netflix. And it might be fun just to see it maybe like in IMAX or 3D because it is a very cool visual movie. But overall, the story just does not make a ton of sense. I feel like they just kind of wash a bunch over with, oh, it's mystical and science and time travel and dimensions and all that sort of stuff, but they never really explain the rules of the game and why things are happening the way that they're happening, and why this person's important and that person's important, and all of that sort of stuff. And so it made me not really care about what was going on. So you might like it. It's a fun movie, but I would definitely say maybe wait until it comes out on Netflix, or you can rent it just for a couple of bucks. Or unless you want to strictly see it, maybe if you were a big fan of the books and you want to kind of see how it relates. But overall, I would say this one might be a pass. But if you have seen the movie, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this video. And let me know if there's any other videos that you'd like me to review. Once again, I'm Matt from What We Watched, and thanks for watching.